Interceptors have a number of tools at their disposal for taking down the bad guys. One of the most effective is the taser.
Do you want tasering? Well, calm down. 50,000 volts, mate, your call.
We, as firearms officers, are all trained in carry taser. It does act as a visual deterrent alone. It's bright yellow. The presence of it on your vest does draw a lot of attention from people. So people are aware that you carry it. That's enough a lot of the times.
Sonny, calm down. This will go wrong very quickly if you don't calm down.
If you get a successful taser deployment, your chest cavity or whatever your muscular areas that are your targets, no matter how big they are, how strong they are, what the mindset is, it will incapacitate them.
And when you're single crewed and under threat, deploying a taser can be the only way to stay safe. It's late morning, and Interceptor Spike is blue lighting it to help out a colleague who stopped a suspected drink driver.
We've got a report of a single vehicle that's crashed into a lamppost in Horn. Both occupants have got out and run away. One of our other units are there. We believe we've got both persons detained.
A blue van's crashed into a lamppost, and the man and the woman inside have walked off. Spike's colleague, Andy McLean, is first on the scene and has caught up with them. He's filming the arrest on his in-car camera and keeping colleagues updated on what's happening.
But the driver's now kicking off and fighting. Normal, rational person would see the police and do as they're told. Clearly this person isn't. So he's probably fighting with someone who's on another planet. He needs assistance.
With Spike and other units still minutes away and the man continuing to resist arrest, Andy has no option but to reach for his taser. And swiftly takes down his target.
Driver's been tasered, so obviously he's been kicking off, he's been doing whatever he's been doing, he hasn't been cooperative. So Andy's had to taser him.
Spike, if you could just pull in next to my vehicle, mate, I'm just right there now on the left, mate.
Spike arrives to find Andy with the female passenger and a passerby. The man's already been taken off to the nick by another unit.
Has the lad gone?
Tasered him, he's gone.
Right. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
With the bloke out of the picture, they now need to work out what's happened.
Is there any suspicion that this last could have been the driver?
I wasn't a driver.
She claims not to have been behind the wheel, and Spike has a simple way to confirm this.
Did you have your seatbelt?
I have my seatbelt.
Look, was the kind of seatbelt that comes round by your neck? That's what that mark is there then. If you'd been in the driver's seat, it would have a mark on there.
The van's taken a real battering, but it turns out that not all the damage was caused by bashing into the lamppost.
It wasn't the first time that he's crashed a van a day.
What else has he crashed into?
He's crashed in a car.
Did you stop down there?
No, it went straight through the red line.
Just from the female who states that she's been in this van, she states that they've also been in another crash involving a car where it's failed to stop in Hartlepool.
And it doesn't end there. A call's come in suggesting that the van was involved in a third hit and run a few miles away.
Is she at the Seagull pub?
Yes, still open. Yes, the single bullshit angels.
Oh yeah, that's been another crash that this young lady's had with us.
So the van appears to have had 3 smashes in less than an hour. Spike's off to check on one of the victims.
Someone rang in to say they've been involved in a crash, so we're going to go get down there and see exactly what's happened. It might be someone's been injured down here, it might need our help.
Spike soon arrives, and thankfully the car doesn't seem too badly damaged.
Is anyone injured in your car?
No, just all shook up.
Uh-huh.
The driver was out with her friends when she came across the blue van, which hit her not once but twice.
And all of a sudden this blue van had smashed right into the back of me. We just sat laughing in the van, and all of a sudden it speeded up again.
Uh-huh.
Deliberately right back over. That was all that went into that.
It crashed into that door.
They swerved over to go into it deliberately.
It's shocking behaviour, deliberately hitting a car, then coming back to do it again. Thankfully, the woman and her passengers were unhurt.
the last thing they'd ever imagine is some muppet in a van crashes into the back of them, turns around, and then has another go at them and crashes into their door. You know, sounds like he's been on a crashathon. He's had a crash in Hartlepool Town Centre, a crash just over our border.
Before heading back to the Nick, Spike returns to the crash site to double check that his colleague Andy has taken less of a battering than the van when he was dealing with the driver.
Well, I can see there he's kicking off with you now.
Yeah,
Taking his jacket off.
threatening us.
He was up for a fight there, wasn't he?
My girlfriend was shouting, don't,
Gonna give you a kick by the looks.
with his left leg.
Yeah.
And I've had to taser him.
He's not laughing now, is he?
Despite being on his own and faced with an aggressive suspect, Andy kept his cool under pressure.
Then I've gone to approach him, and he's immediately kicked off. Quite violent. When I've tried to get a hold of him, he started flailing his hands around and started threatening to say, I'm going to kill you. So he took his jacket off, started going the old fighting pose. He's then gone like kick with his left leg, and at which point I've had to taser him.
He also managed to uncover a vital piece of evidence.
When we searched him, he's had the key to the van down his right sock. So hopefully it all ties in nicely.
With the evidence mounting up against the arrested man, Spike has one more thing to do. Give him a breath test to check if he is in fact under the influence.
You sit yourself on here, buddy. Okay, pick the pipe up, breath in, and blow.
Spike needs 2 samples of breath to get a reading that can be used as evidence in court, and he's taking the friendly approach to make sure the driver does the job.
You were mint at that, you know. You were one of the best people I've ever seen. You've done mint at it. If this comes back that you're under, you'll be like getting out dead soon. Hey, breath in now, and blow, but don't blow hard. Keep blowing, keep blowing. You're the man. Keep blowing. We're nearly done. That's it. We're done. We're done. Tell you what, you are top of the pops at loading this. If this comes back under the limit, then and then I'll be able to interview you straight away, because then this will be saying that you're sober.
Though he's not going anywhere, and after being arrested at 11:30 in the morning, he's blown over twice the limit.
But the legal limit for drink driving is 35, but both of yours were 80.
The man was later found guilty of resisting arrest, failing to stop, damage to a vehicle and a lamppost, drink driving and driving with no insurance. He was given a 12-month community order, required to complete 15 days of rehabilitation activity and ordered to pay £385 in compensation and costs. He was also banned from driving for 3 years.
Craigie, could have killed someone today. Could have absolutely killed somebody. It's that we've prevented. Hopefully we can prevent it from happening again.
The interceptors are told a lot of lies. What the majority of fibbing felons don't realise is that the more of them you hear, the better you get at sussing out what is and isn't true.
Over years of practice, I have the ability to spot when somebody's telling you a lie.
You're not telling me porcupines about who you are you?
And it's no better feeling than when somebody's telling you a lie when they trip up and they tell you something that's slightly different and they make a mistake.
When someone normally says perfectly honest with the officer, it means completely opposite.
It's a great feeling when you've caught them out. It's better when you get them locked up and you're preventing a crime or you've detected a crime.
You're an LB, aren't you? A lying bugger.
It's a warm summer night, and Interceptor Liam Sewell is attending an address of a man accused of damaging a car following an argument.
Yeah, Roger, we got a description.
Yeah, broad built male, wearing a blue t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Male arrived in a pickup truck.
Basically, we've had a report of a male outside an address in Brambles Farm. He's been causing some damage to the house, smashing a vehicle up, and he's in a pickup, described as a big built male, blue t-shirt.
Dog handler Liam's favourite Bond villain is metal-mouthed giant Jaws, and it sounds like he might be dealing with a similar-sized suspect tonight.
Registration's been passed and the vehicle P&C's back to a house in Ormsby, so we're just trying to sort of cut across and get in front of the vehicle before it gets home.
Liam's responding to a 999 call connected to a shopping attack which was caught on CCTV. It starts with a recovery truck smashing into a car. The large man then hurls abuse at the occupants of a house before attacking the car parked outside. The main suspect in the attack allegedly lives in a house 3 miles away. Liam's meeting 2 other officers there.
Roger. I think we're at the location now. People out the front.
And a man fitting the description of the main attacker, tall, well-built, and wearing a blue top and shorts, is inside.
Oh, do you want to come out and have a word with us, mate?
Despite being the spitting image,
It does, yeah. It's so much better.
What happened at the house?
the man claims he's been in all night.
Yeah, but nothing's gone on. I've left the house.
Right, listen, mate.
Yeah.
You're going to get locked up on suspicion of criminal damage. You match a description. You've alleged you've smashed up the car and the house. Right, so at this time you're under arrest.
No, I've not left this
Hey,
house.
get up. I'm just saying there's an allegation you've been down there
Yeah.
and smashing the place up, that's all.
Right.
So you're on suspicion of criminal damage at this time.
Yeah, that's
Might
right.
turn out like you're perfectly innocent. I hope it does because you've been
Right.
quite polite. But this time you're under arrest, so we're going to go down to Middlesbrough police station.
The man's complaining he has a sore hip, and it's going to be a bit of a squeeze getting him in the back of the van.
Yeah, watch your noggin, Paul. Go and jump in there, mate.
Can't go in there, mate.
Sit on your bum and just shuffle yourself in. That might be the better option. Oh, you are.
We'll get the extra large case next time, mate. We'll get you down there, alright?
Yeah.
We took this mate in, he matches the description. He's in the blue shorts, blue t-shirt, he's obviously, and he is a big boy, isn't he? So, got him locked up. It's only suspicion at this time.
Liam now needs to get his suspect booked in at Middlesbrough Nick once he's got him out of the van.
Don't
I have to worry about.
It's what, mate?
Yeah, I have to worry about.
Just slide on my backside, mate, or something.
He's still complaining about his hip
I'll get them called off you as soon as you get through, mate.
Yeah.
This way, pal.
and has a little stretch before heading inside.
Your hip.
Can't walk.
The suspect now says he needs some painkillers to deal with his problem.
When does he need his medication next?
Tomorrow morning.
Right, cool. Yeah, if he's going to be here, I'll hope we'll get it. We'll try and get you dealt with as soon as we can.
But before he goes to get the man's medicine, Liam pays a visit to the victim's house. Along with a colleague, he takes a look at the CCTV footage for the first time. It's not obvious who's behind the wheel of the recovery truck, which sideswipes the car. The truck driver then gets out and heads into the garden. It's now clear that it's the man Liam arrested earlier.
This is a big guy who's driving the recovery truck.
That doesn't look like he's got a bad hip there, does it?
No. But then he kicks the car that he's just crashed into.
The not-so-gentle giant is moving a lot better than he was back at the cop shop.
Shocking.
How about with that hip?
A teenage girl then joins in,
And she attacks this car.
kicking the car in the drive before ripping off the rear wiper.
And she's smashing the windscreen right off.
She then turns her attention to the car parked in the street, picking up an object and hurling it at the windscreen. It's a shocking attack, which apparently all stemmed from a dispute between 2 teenage girls.
We've got the bottom of it now. It's alleged this is all over 2 15-year-old girls making some prank calls to each other. Obviously, one side of the parties took offence to it and they've come down mob-handed, kicking the doors. Bit over the top of it.
It's also proof that the man they've arrested, who claims to have been in his house all evening, hasn't been telling the truth.
He's booked the car there. On the CCTV, you'd see him doing some roundhouses on the door. He'll have a bit of egg on his face when he's in the custody interview room tomorrow if they play the CCTV for him.
The man later pleaded guilty to causing criminal damage and was given a 12-month conditional discharge, ordered to pay £500 in compensation and £105 in fines and costs. No further action was taken against the other people involved in the attack.
You know, he's given it, I've got a bad hip. When we lock him up, he can't move. He's taking breaks, walking to the custody cell. Then we come down here, we view the CCTV. And he's out the front of the house acting like Bruce Lee, kicking the door, kicking the car. What a bully, eh?